Fresh. Oh, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday gathering. It's so nice to have you all here, and so wonderful to follow up after a week of being together last week and getting a hug and saying hi to everybody and refreshing those friendships and renewals in person. So terrific. And we will repeat together this morning our mission statement: to lovingly inspire transformation and be of service to the world. And our daily word this morning will be read by Evelyn Douglas. Go ahead, Evelyn.
Good morning. The title today is Father's Love. I bless those special ones who have shown me Father's love. A father's love is like no other. It gives me the warm feeling of protection and gentle guidance and inspires me to live up to its example. Father's love takes many forms. It might mean helping with homework, coaching sports, and teaching of all kinds. It might mean the wise counsel and loving guidance that prepares children to be self-sufficient and ready for the freedom and responsibilities of adulthood. A father's love may come from many earthly sources. No matter who showed me this love, its origin was divine. God is at the heart of all fathers' love. I pray that all fathers and father figures feel the appreciation that those they teach love and protect. May they know the love of God as they have brought it into the world. And from Isaiah 38, verse 19, fathers, make known to children your faithfulness.
Beautiful. Thanks, Evelyn.
You're welcome.
And we have a song for my father by Sarah McLachlan this morning.
I wish that I could tell you, still that I would run to one place that I could always rest my head, my world had come undone. 'Cause I've been wrestling with my demons, telling me I have no choice. How I wish that I could lean upon you now. It's the chaos and the noise. Your light buried the dark. One step unwavering heart. When all your waters speak, your quiet words self-soothe my wayward soul. It was there I learned to your light buried the dark. Lost and unwavering heart. You carried me through more than you could know. Feel your hand in mine. Your light buried the dark. Constant, unwavering heart. Your light buried the dark. Constant, unwavering heart.
So, we at Unity Halton Peel are blessed with an abundantly thriving community. It is done. Let's say that together. We at Unity Halton Peel are blessed with an abundantly thriving community. It is done. And so it is. And during the month of June, we hold in prayer Unity Center of Winnipeg and Silent Unity, who we rely on for prayer support all the time. Our June affirmations, please read them with me. Inner peace. My thoughts are anchored in divine peace. My thoughts are anchored in divine peace. Wisdom. The discerning power of divine wisdom is my inner resource. The discerning power of divine wisdom is my inner resource. Faith. I am faith. I am free. I am faith. I am free. Prosperity. Freely I give, and graciously I receive. Freely I give, and graciously I receive. World harmony. Holding my thoughts in order, I serve the world. Holding my thoughts in order, I serve the world. Thank you, everyone. We're so delighted to have Judi Murakami with us this morning. Judi lives in Courtenay, BC, and so she's up 3 hours early to be with us today. We are happy to have you with us, Judi, and her talk this morning will be touching on we are not responsible for what happens to us, but we are responsible for how we respond to what happens to us. And this is from Dr. Martha Creek's latest book. So I welcome you, Judi, and from this point on, you're going to be on your own clicking it forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Now I'm just hoping that I can do this because now I don't see that little cursor at the bottom. Oh, there it is. Perfect.
There it is. Yep, it's there.
We've had quite the time, but
Yeah.
we know that according to your June calendar, we are bold, we are confident, and we live with divine audacity. So
Absolutely.
it's a great blessing, but what is divine audacity? Well, now I've lost that little thing again. Okay, where is it? There it is. Okay. So Linda Martella Whitsitt, who wrote the book Divine Audacity, writes, Divine audacity is bold spiritual living. Well, that sounds great. But then she also writes, okay, we are patient.
I'll help you. I'll help you.
Thank you. Whoops, it's not going. Oh, there it is. So then she writes, I am able to boldly express the highest spiritual principles in the middle of everyday situations. Well, maybe not all the time. I am courageously responsive. Da 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 da. I am fearlessly self reflective and self corrective. Well, maybe not all the time. I'm intentional in large and small aims. I do my best. I valiantly champion the good within myself and within each person I encounter. Well, myself is I try hard, and then with each person depends on the person. I hold myself accountable for thoughts, words, and actions that are in integrity with my divine identity. Well, most of the time. So, living with divine audacity is a very tall order. I can't think of a better person than Reverend Dr. Martha Creek. She was our speaker at last month's convention, and for those of you who are there, will agree she is truly amazing. Her mission is simple: to serve those who serve. She writes a monthly newsletter, and in April, she wrote, we are not responsible for what happens to us, but we are responsible for how we respond to what happens to us. Today I'll be using Martha's quote plus others from her book, presence, and potential to show how we can respond to, versus react to life. So let's look at the two words. To respond is a thoughtful and deliberate action. It involves considering the situation, weighing the options, and making a conscious decision. First responders are taught what to do in life-threatening situations. So the more dangerous the situation, the more training they receive so they can respond, not react. To react is instinctive, emotional, often impulsive, and can be influenced by our belief systems or fears. Now, if you are jumping out of the way when a car is speeding towards you, that's good. Or ducking when you see something coming at you. I've been teaching a class in Nanaimo called Living Your Best Life Using Your 12 Powers. And one of the first topics we covered was the 4 levels of consciousness, which influence how we use our 12 powers. So if you think of the 4 levels of consciousness like a building, our subconscious is in the basement. So just click over it there, if I can find it. There it is. So our subconscious, when we react from our fear or emotions, we're using our subconscious or belief system. It's usually what our parents believed or what we were told as children. Martha Creek calls it our BS, but it's not always a bad thing. So on the second level, when we walk into a building, on the main floor, our sense consciousness relies on what we see, hear, smell, touch. So hotel lobbies may have flower arrangements, soft music, comfortable couches and chairs. How many of you know people who insist that what I saw on YouTube is true or I heard it on the news? Is this information always correct? The next floor up usually has meeting rooms or boardrooms, and people rely on rational thinking, their thoughts and beliefs, which are based on what they've read, heard, or learned. This is our human consciousness or ego. And then when you finally arrive, spiritual consciousness. Now, I've left this blank, because I couldn't get a picture to show up there. But basically, your penthouse or your spiritual consciousness is your own making. So you have the best view, and it's usually the most coveted of all the floors. So how easy is it to stay and live there? So when we're in the service and we've listened to music and we've meditated, we're in the penthouse. We're living the good life up there. So what happens when you drive to the store for milk and the driver behind you honks or gives you the finger? Have there been times when you've reacted by doing your own sign language? How many of you like to justify, well, I was in the right, and how did they ever pass their driver's test? Don't they know the rules of the road? So if you've reacted like that, your blood pressure goes up, adrenaline courses through your system, and your heart beats faster. Is that a good thing? No. Well, you could try responding by smiling at the person, waving, and say, "Have a nice day." Not only have you stayed in your spiritual consciousness by responding with a positive attitude, you kept your blood pressure down, and you've left that person and their anger on the road. Then you get your quart of milk, and the person in front of you has 25 items in the express lane, and they're still showing pictures of their grandchildren to the cashier. Are we still in our penthouse? So, what can you do to stay centered and in your spiritual consciousness? Well, chapter 2 of Martha's book is Regulate Your Own Anxiety. One way is something you've probably all heard. Put your oxygen mask on first. Why? Because you can't help anyone if you're not breathing. So make sure you take of your own needs first. She then talks about the 3 P's: pause, pray, proceed. I also found another quote: practice the pause. When in doubt, pause. When angry, pause. When tired, pause. When stressed, pause. And when you pause, pray. How many of you ever catch yourself after you've made a comment thinking, why did I open my mouth? Why didn't I just sit here and not say a word? Because I reacted. Because I felt strongly about something and I was taking a stance. Usually I'm not in church when I catch myself like that, but sometimes you are the only church that people meet. Martha's keynote address had some wonderful gems, and I thought I'd share them with you. Let your being precede your doing. Let your being precede your doing. So if I focused on being, I would spend more time listening instead of talking. But her second point was prioritize daily time for prayer, meditation, and renewal. Now, I know you all breathe, but deep breathing is something intentional. So I'd like you to breathe in through your mouth for 4, hold for 4, and then let out for 4. So let's just go through that. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. How are you feeling? So, does anyone know the acronym for how to meditate? Royal Canadian Mounties ride tanks. So you can see that the R stands for relax, C stands for concentrate, M stands for meditate, R stands for realize, and T is for giving thanks. So we'll practice this at the end of the talk during meditation. I led self-care workshops in Calgary at the convention, which consisted of deep breathing, meditation, and journaling with your non-dominant hand. And the 4 questions I posed were very simple. How are you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? What do you need more of in your life? What do you need less of in your life? And what do you need to take care of yourself right now? So it was very interesting when I asked people to do it with their non-dominant hand. One person said she put the pen in her right hand, which is normally how she writes. Nothing came. As soon as she put it in her left hand, she said the words just flowed. So during the week, not now, I want you to try and do that. See what comes up. Now, denials and affirmations are another tool to help you live your best life. On the unity.org website, it states, denials are eliminating thoughts and beliefs we have come to regard as false, limiting, or negative. One of Unity's practices is the burning bowl at the end of the year. So do you do this at Halt and Peel? The burning bowl is a symbolic way of practicing the power of renunciation. Without release, there is no way of being open to your good. I remember seeing a baby orangutan who wanted a banana, but he wouldn't let go of that cup in his hand, so he couldn't get the banana. So, of course, everyone knows what the power is for this month, don't they? It's imagination. Children usually have the best imagination as they live in a world of possibility. Sometimes we adults think of what could go wrong. Martha wanted to travel, but she was paying for a mortgage and college. In 1989, she took on a part-time job with American Airlines so she could travel for free. Her corporate job was 9 to 5, but she envisioned her goals of traveling, and she had faith that she could travel to all 7 continents. She's been there twice. So I just returned from a trip to Nova Scotia where I attended a rhododendron conference and a garden tour. I'm not a gardener, but I do think gardeners are some of the nicest people. I guess you could call them agrarian spiritual leaders. I also signed up for the post-conference garden tour so that I could visit Champers Bluff, New Brunswick, where Freeman Patterson lives. Why? Because I read an article about Freeman that intrigued me. When Freeman was 8 years old, he started a flower garden. His father thought flowers were useless and he let the pigs run through it. So at the age of 67, he survived 2 liver transplants, one of which the doctor said, "You are not going to survive this." He decided nobody is ever too old to have a happy childhood. So he bought 3 azaleas. He now has over 2,100 rhododendrons, 800 azaleas, and he continues to live on the 4-acre property. Well, I was so taken with his line that nobody is ever too old to have a happy childhood that I Googled Freeman Patterson. And I was amazed that he is an award-winning photographer and author of 8 books. He graduated with a Master of Divinity degree. He was Dean of Religious Studies in Edmonton, and he also worked for the National Film Board. So his love of nature and photography took precedence, and then he became this amazing photographer, and he now leads international workshops in visual arts, music, education, and ecology, and he's written and illustrated books. And I Googled his books. Our library only has 3, but the last one that he wrote is already out of print. When he returned to Champers Bluff, he became a school trustee for 16 years. He was a national trustee of the Nature Conservancy of Canada. And then he donated his property. Why? Because he learned that the next lot over, it was 100 acres, it was going to be divided up into 50-acre lots, which meant there would have been 200 homes there. So he decided, okay, if I donate my land and Nature Conservancy can donate or buy that property, we'll have a gorgeous ecological area for people. So he now is able to live there and he is able to share his beauty with others. However, it's such a gorgeous property. I did try and take pictures, and unfortunately, the pictures didn't work out. But he's also so we're a little bit ahead of ourselves here. His love of nature and photography took precedence. So in August, he's going to do a presentation in South Africa for 2 weeks, and he is now 87 years old. So in 1997, Champers Bluff became an ecological reserve. He's now working to have his home and a 2-bedroom cottage preserved for nonprofit use, as there is also a full teaching studio in his house. Now, I'd say Freeman could claim with conviction, "I am bold and confident. I live with bold audacity." As a nod to Father's Day, Freeman didn't have a particularly happy childhood, but he's also living proof that nobody is ever too old to have a happy childhood, as he responded to life in a thoughtful and deliberate manner. You too can do the same. And I understand that I'm going into the meditation now? Yes, okay. So, as we go through this time of meditation, we can start with relaxing. We let our shoulders drop. We breathe in and know that this time is our gift to ourselves. It's nourishment for the soul. We breathe out and let go of any busy thoughts or to-do lists. Just breathe. We concentrate as we go into this time of meditation, listening to that still, small voice that connects us with our oneness. We realize that we are one with the divine. We trust our inner wisdom and know that we are bold and confident. We live with divine audacity. We affirm our unity with all people and know that we are the light of the world. As we come back to this time and place, we give thanks that we live in a country that allows freedom of religion. We take a deep breath in and give thanks for our ability to breathe. We open our eyes and are grateful for all the beauty we can see. We smile at the others who are here with us. On Zoom or in our homes, and give thanks for their fellowship. We say thanks and amen.
Tomorrow, it's a matter of fact. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day, getting better every minute, getting better every day. Yeah, I read the news and I watch the TV, and it gives me the blues. And sometimes he be cheating, but there's a channel of being sent from above, bringing us this message on the wings of it love. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day, getting better every minute, getting better every day, getting better every minute, getting better every day, getting better every minute, getting better every day. Wise we surely know what we will always grow. I walk my life, do my best to be here, but I know it's a choice, and it's better than fearful. So when my friends smile and say, hey, how you doing today? I will choose to answer in a positive way. I say, getting better every minute, getting better every day, 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 getting better every day.
Well, thank you, Richard McDeesey, for that wonderful peppy song. And thank you, Judy. A lovely, lovely lesson. And I enjoy both. I've got the book, the Divine Audacity. I enjoy that, the book and the thoughts there. And we all love Martha Creek, so thank you. Our Unity Prayer Chaplain, Diane Riley, is online with us this morning. Thank you, Diane, for being here. And any of you that might have a prayer request anytime through the week or at any point in time, please contact Diane through email, praywithdiane@gmail.com. And at any time, you can call Silent Unity for prayer. 30 days of the prayers are held here with Diane for 30 days. We send them on to Unity, Silent Unity for another 30 days, but you always can contact Silent Unity for immediate prayer assistance. And their phone number is on our website and in our newsletter all the time. So thank you, Diane, for being always there present. And we'll just take a few moments now to be grateful and say thank you for your continued financial support at Unity Halton Peel. It allows us to continue to do what we do and the services that we offer. And you're able to make your donation through Interact at accounting@unityhaltonpeel.ca. Canada Helps organization, or additional ways of giving through on the website with Unity Halton Peel. Thank you. Without your support, we can't continue. And we'll take a moment to just say our prayer of thanks for these offerings. Divine love, now flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and it is a blessing wherever it goes in the world. So next week we have our own Reverend Mary Wood back to speak with us on patience and the altitude of our attitude. She'll feature Charles Fillmore's impression of attitude and of the mind characterized by his poise and inner calmness. It's always good to hear and have Mary with us. So we look forward to that. And the following Sunday, we have Debbie with us at 10:30 a.m. There is no spot where God is not. It'll be an interesting conversation for that. Debbie will be returning from the annual convention, the Unity Worldwide Ministry Convention. So it'll be good to hear from her with her new thoughts and ideas of what's happening. And just to let you know that Unity Halton Peel, we support Unity Canada every single month. And also we support Eating Food for Change every single month. But during the month of June, we have sent an additional contribution to the Canadian Red Cross Wildfire Fund to help those who are experiencing. This money goes directly to support the families that are not able to stay in their homes at this time. If you're joining us for the first time, or you've been with us and you need a reminder, you can always sign up for the Unity Halton Peel newsletter that comes out every single Wednesday, or you can go to the website and look for information regarding Unity Halton Peel, Unity Canada, and what's going on through the next weeks. Thanks to Bob Niven for keeping that up for us on a weekly basis. He does a great job with the help of Adrian and Michael, so all is well. And we're going to take a moment now to bless our children. And together, children and youth of Unity and of the world, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. And today on Father's Day, I'm very grateful for my family, my children, and my wonderful son-in-law, the father of my grandchildren. And they are a blessing in my life for sure. And together we repeat the prayer protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And as usual, we will close with our song, I Choose Peace by Sue K. Riley and Karen Taylor Good. In my LUT is growing because I choose to love. Love's always present. It's what I'm made of. I choose to love. We're part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Love be present. It's what we're made of. I choose. We are part of each other. We are one. Sharing one sun. Be the one I choose. Choose. Beautiful.